will now create a database migration. Okay, so to create a database migration, we will use this Spark command, php spark make migration, and then the name of your migration file. So user migration, let's say we will create a user table. Okay, so we have a problem here. Okay, so it should be php spark. Okay, that's it. Okay, then open migration file. This is now your migration file. Okay, so on the migration file you have two methods. We have the up and down method. Okay, so here let's assume we will create a user table. We have the ID as your primary key, the username, password, etc. If you want to add more, then it's up to you. But for now, I'll just add an ID field, username, password. That's it. Okay, so we use the forge here, this forge, and then add field. Okay, then inside this add field method, we will add the column fields ID, and then this is the syntax. Then the type of your primary key, this should be an int, and then constraint, default constraint will be let's say 11, and then we use the unsigned here, set to true, and then of course the auto increment, then set to true. Okay, so we are done now in our first field ID. Next, for the username, okay, the username, then the type of the username will be varchar, then the constraint, will do, and then for the say password, the type varchar, okay, just like that, as easy as that, and then the constraint of here 100. Okay, and then next, take note guys that you have every table you are creating, you must add a created at and updated at field. So this is very important. Okay, so created at, and then date time. Every time you add a data, a timestamp will be recorded. Timestamp, created at, date, time, default timestamp, and then here updated at. So every time you update a table, it will record the timestamp, default current timestamp, then use the on update, and then current timestamp. Okay, so that's it. So if you every time you run a migration file, these fields will be added to your table in your database. Okay, so for example, I want to edit, or I have problems in my table, I want to drop it, I want to delete it, so we will need this public function down method. Okay, still this forge, and then drop table, and then the name of the table, and then here this forge, we will set now the ID as your primary key, then key true, and then the name of your table here, forge create table, and then the name of your table. So it's up to you of what table name you are going to add. Okay, so that's it. Now let's go back here to our database, check db test. So as you can see, there are no tables created here. Okay, so let's go back to our ci4, and then take note guys that open that you have to update your env file. Okay, so rename your env and add that here, and then always set to development your ci environment, and then here, so uncomment this, and then localhost or 127.0.0.1, this is your server host. In Mac and Linux, you need to use 127.0.0.1. It should be the IP localhost IP address. But if you are using Windows, you may use this IP address or the localhost name. Then here, the database default database. This is your database name, which is db test, and then your username. By default, it is set by root, and then your password was set as empty. Okay, so we're done now. Then we will now run the migration file, php spark migrate. Okay, I think it's already working. Let's go back here and then refresh. So as you can see, you have now your created table users. So as simple as that. Okay, next. So we are now done in our migration. We have created our own table using CI4 without creating a table using your phpMyAdmin. So here, we will now use we will now apply the get post put in delete request. Okay, so to do that, first you're going to create your model. So as usual, in creating a model, you have to use the php spark command. Okay, so php spark make model, and then the name of the model, let's say user model. Okay, user model. Oh no, we need to go inside the backend, and then php spark make model user model. Okay, so inside this model, user model, we need to define the table name, the allowed fields, and then the primary key. So by default, as you can see here, you have now your protected table users. So if your users in your table is different, then you have to change this. Then your primary key, so let's check this. The name of your primary key, or the field name of your primary key, is ID, so this is correct. Okay, we already have here the created at and updated at. No need for us to put that in the allowed fields. So here, we will now add the two fields. Where is it? Okay. Okay, so username and password. Let's go back here. Go for username, and then add password. Okay, simple as that. Okay, so this model will handle now all your database interactions. Next, we're done in our model. Then next, we will create a controller. So php spark make controller, and then the name of your controller here, let's say user controller. Okay, then open the controllers directory or folder, then here your user controller file. Okay, so this will automatically extends users controller, which is perfect for building RESTful APIs. But we have a problem here. I have forgot the -- RESTful here, so this is very important. if your controller is just a monolithic, or your CI4 project or your target is just monolithic, then this will do. But here we are using a RESTful API. So here, this should be a you should follow this PHP Spark command. You should add the dash dash RESTful. Okay. Okay, so we need to delete this trash, and then here RESTful check user controller. Okay, so this is now your user controller, and then you have here a default methods: delete, update, edit, create, new, show, and then the index method. So here, first let's start by getting all the records in your users table. Okay, so here, simple as this one line of code. So this respond, and then this model, then the find all method. Okay, so as simple as that. Okay, model. Okay, so here we have to declare the model from our model directory. Protected model, protected model, protected model equals, and then up, you're up here, and then okay, so your model name here, you're up, so model name up models, and then the name of your model, user model. Okay, and then the format, so we are using a JSON format here. So format equals JSON. Okay, check model, respond, find all. Okay, so we're done now in our controller. Next, let's open the routes.php. Open config, go for the routes, and then under routes, okay, so we will remove this. We will now add here the routes. So routes, since we are using a get method, we are fetching or retrieving all your records inside your database. So we'll use the get method, and then here your route, say users, and then here the name of your controller, so user controller, then 2 colons, and then here the name of your method. So then if the method is index, so we will put right index here. Okay, so that's it. Now next, we will now test if this works or not. Open Postman, then here HTTP localhost, then 8080 port, and then your routes users. Send. Okay, so it's working. Okay, so as you can see here, we don't have any data yet. Okay, so it's working.